incredible to watch him throw some of these 70-foot passes. I mean,
Yeah, I think it's something that's still in the development stage. I think they're going to get much better at it, but there's a lot of plays that happen that are, they're good sports center highlight plays. That I'm not real sure how many other guards in the league are capable of making those plays from a standpoint of putting it on the money. I think the ones that he's thrown to Zion, there's been a couple that have been a little bit of, offline or something, but for the most part, they're really, really great passes, and obviously Zion is a great finisher. So I just see them getting better at that too. So you got to understand they play less than 20 games together and have a pretty good chemistry now, and I just see it getting better.
Zion talked about yesterday. He was asked how much, or 2 days ago, how much have you guys practiced it, and he was like none. So I mean, how does that? It seems like that's got to be a good sign too. That like you said, that they haven't even played together that much, and it's just something that they.
Yeah, I really have not seen him practice it really. I think it's just instinctive, and I think he looks at Zion to see where he is as far as his defensive guy, and they've got a pretty thorough understanding of when he feels like. I think it's a little bit like what would happen with a quarterback and a receiver when he feel like he has the guy beat and he leads him. But Zion's been had some fantastic finishes and some unbelievable finishes where that ball has been up and he's just gone and gotten it.
What's your initial reaction though when you see your point guard try to throw 70-foot pass across?
I've learned to live with it. I did coach Steve Nash, so and it's one of those deals where I think if you're going to get your big guys to run consistently, then you have to allow for some of those passes to be turnovers. But I think in the long run, the good outweigh the bad in that it makes your big guys continuously run because they know there's a possibility that they can get the ball.
What's going to be the key? I mean, this is obviously an important stretch you guys coming up to stay in this. What's the key against Sacramento?
Well, we still have to get better at guarding dribble penetration. We got to keep the ball out of the paint. We got to do a better job individually of guarding our man, and we have to take away the turnovers. You're not going to beat the good teams when you have 25 turnovers for 30 points. It's just too much to overcome. So we're going to have turnovers because of the style of play we have. We just got to not have, the ones that the high risk ones, just the very, very egregious ones, I guess is the way of putting it, where you don't, there's no really need to try that particular play.
It seemed like you had a stretch early in the season where the turnover was really high, and then they got it under control, but lately it's been back to high. Do you think it's just one of those like ebb and flow type things that happens during the season?
Well, it is, and I think what happened with us is that when we get up, we have a tendency to take, more high-risk plays, and I think what we've tried to stress is that that's when we have to be very, very solid because then it gives us an opportunity to extend the lead rather than have these turnovers where all of a sudden now the game is back and tied.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please keep your distance.
I'm going to drop the mic.
Sanitize.
mean, that's an MVP. He held it.
But then
He just
Coach
said-
just took
And
it.
Al took it. But
At first he held it, then Coach was just like, I'll just hold it.
In this video, you can't see who's holding it.
Yes, that's good.
So it's up to you.
It could be.
I think I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Will. Thanks, Will. Yeah.
I think we're good.
All right, well, we're ready when y'all are.
What's it been like watching the connection that Zoe and Zion have, and watching some of the long passes he throws? It seems like there's times when it almost seems like it's too ambitious, but it seems like Zion, it seems like he always gets to it.
I mean, it actually seems pretty effortless. Like they just have this connection that, it's kind of like a quarterback and receiver. The way or where he throws it, and not saying that Zion can't jump out the gym, but he places it in the right place. Zoe does. So it's I'd love to see it. If you want to be completely honest, it's fun to see.
what's your initial reaction when you see him?
Oh, I think they can win it every time. Honestly, I think the way that Zoe throws it and the way that Zion could jump, I guess I've similarly done that with Anthony and thrown some crazy passes and seen what happened. But with them, though, it even seems even like more perfect the way they connect in that way.
It sounds like they started doing this back in like the voluntary workouts, right? Is that something that you saw those two guys do like way back in like August or September?
Yeah, that just kind of seemed like young legs, really. Just jumping up like that, doing half-court passes. But the full-court passes, man, I don't think many people can make that play. But for Zoe, he can make it pretty easily.
One thing we talked about with Coach was how it seemed like early in the season as a team you guys had a stretch of high turnovers, then kind of got it down under a good number for a lot of games, and then lately it's gone back up. Is there something that you can point to of what you guys just need to do better to bring that back to where it was?
I think one thing might be some of those turnovers that you're talking about, the ones that are pretty ambitious, probably seeing from you guys, but for us, where we kind of think that Zion can go get that ball, we need to cut down on some of those. I think some of them are spacing turnovers where we might get too ambitious. We might need to cut more for Zion just to clear out the paint. He always has 2 and 3 guys around him. So I think for the most part, that's probably where it is.
Zoe seems to be playing the best basketball he has all year, just because of the way he's shooting. It seems like his confidence is up. Have you kind of seen it? That his confidence is a little bit higher than maybe it's been all year.
Honestly, I feel like this is kind of the way Zoe played when everybody first heard about him. Again, me being from California, going to UCLA, seeing him play, this is, I guess, kind of what you expected. So to me, I feel like he's playing normal. Lonzo.
As a point guard, I mean, how much fun has it been to get to play with Zion? And I know a lot of people are talking still about what you guys did Sunday, where you had like a 50-foot pass, I think, to him, and then you had like a 70-foot pass to him a little bit later. How much fun has it been just to be able to take advantage of some of the stuff that he can do?
Well, he makes my game very easy, honestly. Whether it's pick and roll or, like you said, throwing the ball up there for him to go get it. He requires a lot of attention on the offensive end, so he frees up a lot of open shots for other guys, including myself. So it's been, a lot of fun playing with him on both sides of the ball.
When did you first realize you could just start throwing 50, 60-foot passes to him? He's gonna convert.
When I first met him, when he was healthy, when we were playing, when we all first got here, I was throwing him full court lobs, and he was doing the same thing. So from first time I met him, it's been pretty easy. I was just waiting for him to get back.
What was the first one? You just saw him running, you were just like, I can.
Yeah, I knew I could throw. I know I could throw. I just want to see if he can catch it, and it was pretty easy. I don't think he's missed one yet, so it's actually pretty easy.
You feel like you guys are kind of like building upon each other as far as the success that you've had on offense. The highest scoring team in the league since the beginning of February. Obviously, you're in a great stretch right now. You feel like you guys are getting to the point where it's like teams can't figure out who to try to stop.
Yeah, I think it's just our chemistry is getting better on the court as a whole. Like I said, we didn't have our team for most of the year. We finally have everybody back, and now we're playing together for the first time in, for a long time. So we have a lot of different options. Myself, Zion, Drew, Brandon as well. So a lot of different guys can put the ball in the basket, and it's hard for defenses to stop.
How satisfying has it been for you to see those 3-point numbers get to 50% in the last 10 games or whatever it is right now? For all that work you've been putting in.
Yeah, I mean, when you put in a lot of work, usually good stuff comes out of it. I knew it was only a matter of time. I knew it was going to be tough at the beginning of the year just because it's a brand new shot, brand new form. But it's starting to feel a lot more comfortable now, and I'm hoping it keeps improving over time.
Was there a certain point where you it kind of like completely clicked in for you? As far like if you look at your season shooting, it's been like a kind of a climb the whole time. Was there a certain point where you were just like, I know I have this now?
I think it's a certain point. I think just working with Fred, he changes things slowly at a time. You can't change it all in one day. So first it was moving it from left to right. Then it was trying to, hold my follow through, bend my knees more, keep my hand in front of the ball instead of on the side of it when I shoot. So I think it's just over time, just adding up all the steps and finally getting to where it needs to be.
Thanks.
Thanks, Al.